Ladies and gentlemen, listen up, because I'm about to give you a no-nonsense formula for getting everything you want in life. You're here for a reason. Maybe you're tired of being stuck. Maybe you want more for yourself, or maybe you just want to see if you have the guts to make it happen. Let me tell you something, your success, your dreams, your future, all of it begins with the mindset and principles you choose to live by. And if you're willing to commit to stop making excuses and to do the work, everything you've ever wanted is within your reach. First and foremost, take full responsibility for your life. Stop pointing fingers. Stop blaming your circumstances, your upbringing, your boss, or anything else for where you are today. If you're unhappy with where you are in life, it's time to face the truth. You are responsible for your success and your failures. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission or for the perfect opportunity to come along. The truth is, most people are living a life of mediocrity because they refuse to accept full responsibility. They let others dictate their path, and as a result, they are stuck in a cycle of frustration. You want everything in life, then start owning it all. Every decision you make, every action you take, be responsible for it. Second, you must set uncompromising standards for yourself. This is where most people fail. They accept mediocrity in their work, their relationships, their health, and their finances. And you know what? Mediocrity will get you nothing. If you want to be successful, you need to set the bar high for yourself. That means no shortcuts, no excuses, and no settling for less than your absolute best. Every single day, you must strive for excellence in everything you do. Mediocrity doesn't lead to greatness, and if you're willing to accept anything less than the best, you'll get exactly what you've accepted, nothing extraordinary. Be the person who holds themselves to the highest standards, and watch how your life transforms. Now, discipline and consistency are non-negotiable. You think you're going to get everything you want without putting in the work? Think again. There's no secret formula, no magic pill. Success comes from showing up day after day, doing the hard work, even when you don't feel like it. It's about building habits that support your success, even when the excitement fades and the novelty wears off. You want everything? Then you need to stay disciplined. Every single day, no matter how small the task, you do it. You push forward. You're consistent, and over time, those daily actions will compound into massive results. And I don't care if you don't feel like it. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if it's inconvenient. You do it anyway. That's how you win. Then there's the issue of your environment. Show me your 5 closest relationships, and I'll show you your future. If you're surrounded by people who drag you down, people who encourage you to settle, people who are okay with mediocrity, guess what? You're going to be exactly like them. You need to surround yourself with high-performing individuals, people who push you, who challenge you, who elevate you. If the people around you aren't making you better, they're making you worse. It's that simple. Get rid of the negative influences, the time wasters, and those who don't have the drive to succeed. Align yourself with those who are obsessed with greatness and who are willing to help you become the best version of yourself. You want success? You need to be around success. And finally, don't fear failure, embrace it. Every successful person you admire has failed, and failed big. The difference between them and the masses is that they didn't let failure stop them. They used it. They learned from it. They got up, dusted themselves off, and kept moving forward. Failure isn't a reflection of your abilities, it's a stepping stone, it's feedback. So when you fail, and you will, don't run from it. Embrace it. Ask yourself what you can learn, and use that knowledge to fuel your next step. The most successful people fail more times than anyone else, but they get back up faster and push harder. You want everything you've ever dreamed of? You need to change how you see failure. It's not an obstacle, it's part of the process. So let's review. Take full responsibility for your life. Set uncompromising standards. Be disciplined and consistent. Surround yourself with the right people. And never, ever fear failure. Do these things, and I promise you everything you want in life is waiting for you. But you've got to earn it. you've got to put in the work. And you've got to be relentless. If you do that, if you live by these principles, then nothing will stop you. Success will be inevitable. Take full responsibility for your life. This is not a suggestion, it's a requirement for anyone who wants to achieve greatness. The sooner you realize that you control your destiny, the sooner you will start creating a life you deserve. You see, too many people wander through life blaming their circumstances, their environment, their upbringing, or the people around them for where they are. They look for excuses for someone or something to point to in order to explain why they haven't achieved their dreams. But here's the truth, if you're pointing the finger at anyone else, you're giving away your power. And when you give away your power, you lose control over your own future. If you want to get everything you desire in life, it all starts with the decision to take full ownership of your situation. The good, the bad, and everything in between. It's easy to take responsibility when things are going well. When you've hit all your targets, when your goals are on track, when life is moving in the right direction, then sure, it feels good to say, I did that, but the true test of character comes when things don't go as planned. When life throws a curveball, when you fail, when you stumble, when you face rejection, this is when you must step up and say, I'm responsible. The reason most people fail to get what they want is because they are not willing to fully accept responsibility for their actions, their decisions, and even the situations they've found themselves in. They expect the world to change for them, to give them a break, to make things easier. But life doesn't work like that. The world isn't going to bend to your will. If you want something, you must go out and get it. You must make decisions, take actions, and live with the consequences, whether they are favorable or not. When you take responsibility for your life, you take control of it, you stop being a victim to circumstances, and you start being the creator of your own story. When you own your decisions, you take the power back. You realize that the choices you make today shape the future you'll live tomorrow. You stop waiting for someone to give you permission to succeed, to approve of your path, or to make life easier for you. You decide what happens next. It's in your hands. And when you own that truth, you are unstoppable. Now, this doesn't mean you have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. It doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. Taking full responsibility for your life means understanding that the decisions you make determine the course you take. It means recognizing when you need help, when to seek mentorship, when to learn from others, and when to ask for support. But even in those moments, it's still your responsibility to take action. You can't wait for someone else to do it for you. You must choose to take the necessary steps to improve, to grow, and to move forward. No one can do that for you. This also means letting go of the blame game. Too many people waste time and energy blaming their past, their parents, their education, their circumstances, but blaming others or your past only keeps you stuck. It's an excuse that keeps you in a victim mindset. You have to stop using the past as a crutch and start focusing on what you can do right now. Life isn't about what has happened to you, it's about what you do with what's happened. Your past doesn't define you unless you let it. The choices you make today will define who you become tomorrow. Taking full responsibility also means acknowledging your failures. This is where most people trip up. They want to pretend that everything is fine, that they've always had the answers, and that they've never made mistakes. But here's the secret: failure is part of the process. Every successful person has failed. The difference is they didn't let failure define them, they learned from it. They grew from it. They grew from it. And they kept moving forward. When you take full responsibility, you embrace your mistakes, you learn from them, and you use them as stepping stones to success. You stop letting failure stop you, and instead you let it fuel you. When you decide to take full responsibility for your life, you empower yourself to create the life you've always dreamed of. You stop being a passive observer in your own story and take control of the pen. You begin to act with purpose, to make decisions that align with your goals, and to put in the work necessary to achieve those goals. You no longer wait for things to change, you change them. You stop waiting for opportunities to come to you and you start going out and creating them. Taking full responsibility for your life isn't easy, but it's the key to unlocking your potential. It's the key to living a life of purpose, of fulfillment, of success. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can control the decisions you make. You can control the actions you take. And when you own that power, when you realize that everything in your life is a direct result of what you've done or failed to do, that's when the magic happens. That's when everything changes. That's when you start to get everything you want in life. Setting uncompromising standards for yourself is the foundational principle that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Too many people go through life with low expectations, accepting mediocrity in their work, in their relationships, and in themselves. They settle for good enough because it's easier than demanding more. But here's the truth: mediocrity is a silent killer. It keeps you from reaching your potential. It keeps you in a state of complacency. And that complacency will never lead you to the life you deserve. When you set high standards, you are making a declaration to the world and to yourself that you will no longer settle for anything less than your best. You are telling yourself that you are worthy of greatness, that you are capable of more than you could ever imagine. And you are giving yourself permission to rise to that challenge. But make no mistake, setting uncompromising standards is not an easy thing to do. It requires you to break free from the comfort of your current circumstances, from the voices that tell you that you can't, from the fear of failure and rejection. It requires courage. It requires grit. But most importantly, it requires you to demand more of yourself every single day. When you set uncompromising standards, you raise your expectations, not only of your work, but of the people you surround yourself with, the opportunities you chase, and the way you treat yourself. Don't accept relationships that drain you. I don't settle for work that doesn't challenge you. Don't allow yourself to be satisfied with just enough when you demand excellence from yourself. You raise the bar for everything around you. It's not about being perfect, it's about striving for perfection, knowing that even in the pursuit, you will elevate your life in ways you never thought possible. When you demand more of yourself, you develop habits that are aligned with your goals. You don't wait for motivation to strike, you cultivate discipline. You don't let excuses stop you, you find solutions. You don't look for shortcuts, you embrace the hard work. That's what high standards do. They create momentum. They create a drive that propels you forward, even when it's tough, even when you're tired, even when you feel like giving up. High standards aren't just about achieving success in the traditional sense. They are about becoming the best version of yourself, about holding yourself to a level of integrity, focus, and commitment that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. You must hold yourself accountable to those standards. You need to be your own harshest critic. Don't let yourself get away with doing less than what you know you're capable of. When you slack off, when you don't give your best effort, you aren't just shortchanging your goals, you're betraying your potential. And that is something you cannot afford. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you fall short, it's a chance to evaluate and rise up stronger, to refine your approach and get closer to where you need to be. Now, don't get confused. Setting high standards doesn't mean you won't face challenges. In fact, you will face more challenges than ever before. People will question you, doubt you, and try to pull you back down to their level. But that's when your standards matter most. They will be the shield that protects you from the distractions, the setbacks, and the negativity. They will be the compass that keeps you moving forward, no matter how difficult the road may get. Setting uncompromising standards is about stepping into your true power. It's about acknowledging that you are capable of so much more than you've given yourself credit for. It's about refusing to accept the ordinary when you were made for the extraordinary. So what are your standards? Are you willing to push yourself harder than you ever thought possible? Are you ready to demand greatness from yourself and settle for nothing less? If you are, then you are already on your way to achieving everything you've ever wanted in life. And trust me, When you make that commitment to yourself, the world won't be able to stop you. Mastering the art of discipline and consistency is not just a suggestion, it's an absolute requirement if you want to achieve anything meaningful in life. You see, discipline is the backbone of success. It's what separates the people who wish for greatness from those who actually attain it. We all have dreams, we all have aspirations, but the cold, hard truth is that without discipline, those dreams will remain exactly that, dreams. Discipline isn't about doing what you feel like doing in the moment, it's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about forging habits that align with your long-term goals and committing to them every single day, regardless of how you feel or what distractions come your way. And I promise you, distractions will come. Life will throw every excuse at you to derail your progress. But it's in those moments when your mind tells you to take the easy road that your discipline will either make you or break you. You want success? Then stop listening to the voice that tells you to sleep in, take shortcuts, or delay your progress. That voice is the enemy of your potential. Consistency is what allows discipline to compound and create massive results. It's easy to make a bold, passionate effort for a few days or weeks, but it's the ability to keep going when the excitement fades and the results aren't immediate that truly sets you apart. Consistency is what turns a small daily action into an unstoppable force. You see, the path to success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. Real success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come from a flurry of activity in a short burst. It comes from consistent, purposeful effort over time. It's showing up day in and day out, whether you're feeling inspired or not. It's about staying the course, even when results seem slow. Because you know deep down that what you're doing will pay off. Think about the most successful people in any field. What's their secret? They didn't get there by being perfect or by having an easy road. They got there by doing the work day in and day out, by facing the grind with unwavering consistency, by making discipline not a choice but a non-negotiable part of their lives. You think they didn't have challenges? You think they didn't get tired, discouraged, or distracted? Of course they did, but their commitment to the process was stronger than their desire to quit. They knew that the key to success was never about making huge leaps at once, but about taking small, consistent steps every single day that, over time, added up to something extraordinary. Discipline and consistency go hand in hand. One without the other won't get you far. You can be disciplined for a week or even a month, but if you don't have consistency, that discipline won't last. Similarly, you can be consistent in your efforts, but if you don't have the discipline to keep pushing through adversity, your consistency will eventually fade. It's the combination of both that creates a foundation for success. It's not about trying to do everything at once or burning yourself out in the process. It's about doing what you need to do at the right times, consistently until it becomes second nature. And here's the thing, when you develop the discipline to stay consistent, when you commit to doing the hard things day after day, you begin to change. You become a different person. You become someone who doesn't wait for motivation to strike because you've built a habit of doing what's necessary regardless of how you feel. And that's when you start to see results. That's when the magic happens. People often ask, how do I stay motivated? The answer is simple: stop relying on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's a temporary burst of energy that can be here one moment and gone the next. But discipline and consistency, those are your reliable partners in success. You can count on them when your motivation is gone. You can rely on them when things get tough. You don't need to feel like doing it, you just need to do it. So if you want to achieve something meaningful in life, you need to stop waiting for the right moment, the perfect circumstance, or the next burst of motivation. You need to get serious about your discipline and stay consistent. That's the key. Every small action, every decision you make, every step you take, if it aligns with your goals and you commit to it consistently, day after day, you will reach your destination. The power of discipline and consistency is what will set you apart from the crowd. It's what will turn your dreams into reality. All it takes is commitment. Look, success is not a solo journey, it's a team effort. But the quality of your team matters. Surround yourself with high-performing individuals, people who are driven, who have a clear vision, and who are relentless in their pursuit of excellence. These people are not just colleagues or friends, they are mentors, challengers, and motivators. They are individuals who challenge you to go beyond your comfort zone, to raise your standards, and to think bigger than you ever thought possible. When you have these kinds of people around you, you begin to see what's truly possible for your life. I think about it, every great person in history, whether in business, sports, or any other field, had a network of individuals who played a role in their success. These were not just people they knew, they were people who elevated them, held them accountable, and pushed them to do better. High performers don't just want success for themselves, they want to help others succeed as well. They want to see you rise, and they will do everything in their power to make sure you do. The problem is that many people get comfortable with their current circle, thinking that they've reached their limit or that they can't find people who are truly high performing, but that's simply not true. You have to be intentional about who you allow into your life. Don't be afraid to leave behind relationships that no longer serve you. If someone is bringing you down, holding you back, or draining your energy, it's time to cut ties. You have no obligation to stay in relationships that are keeping you stuck. Instead, seek out those who will elevate you, who will challenge you to be better every single day. When you surround yourself with high-performing individuals, you begin to adopt their mindset. You start thinking bigger, acting bolder, and striving for excellence in every area of your life. You learn from their successes and failures. You observe their discipline, their focus, and their unwavering commitment to their goals. These individuals don't settle for average, and neither should you. They are a living, breathing reminder that there's always more to achieve, always another level to reach, and always room to grow. They don't let you rest on your laurels. They keep pushing you to be better, to think differently, and to operate at your highest potential. But here's the thing, being around high performers doesn't just benefit you professionally. It changes you personally as well. You'll see how they approach life with a sense of purpose and intensity, how they balance their work, relationships, and personal growth. You'll learn what true leadership looks like, what integrity and self-discipline really mean, and how they continuously evolve and adapt. And when you start embodying these qualities, not only will you achieve more, but you will also become a higher performer yourself, someone who inspires others and creates a ripple effect of excellence. And don't make the mistake of thinking that being around high performers will make you feel uncomfortable or out of place. At first it might, but that's exactly where you need to be. Growth never happens in your comfort zone. It happens when you're surrounded by people who are doing what you aspire to do, who are operating at a level you want to reach. When you're in that environment, you have two choices. Either you rise to the occasion and step up, or you get left behind. The beauty of surrounding yourself with high performers is that they won't let you stay where you are. They'll challenge you to grow, and you'll realize that you're capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. So ask yourself, are you surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better every day? If the answer is no, then it's time to make a change. Seek out high performers, people who share your vision, who are committed to excellence, and who will help you rise to the top. These are the people who will help you unlock your true potential and who will stand by your side as you accomplish things you once thought impossible. The right people will elevate you. They will remind you of your worth, your capability, and your power. And they will help you get everything you've ever wanted in life if you're willing to do the work. If you want to reach the highest levels of success, you must take a hard look at the people you allow into your life. Surround yourself with high-performing individuals who challenge you, elevate you, and hold you accountable. These are the people who will not only inspire you to think bigger, but will also push you to take bold action. The right circle will transform your mindset, ignite your drive, and set you on a path toward greatness. So don't settle for mediocrity in your relationships. Seek out those who will help you grow, challenge you to be your best, and elevate you to heights you never thought possible. Because when you surround yourself with greatness, greatness is exactly what you will become.